Welcome to the second session of today, which is June 16, 2025. So, in the second session, we are gonna discuss CV, how to build CV in LaTeX, and how to make LaTeX beamer presentation, right? Which are very useful tools if you are a science enthusiast. Not even science enthusiast. If you are a science enthusiast like physical sciences or any sort of sciences, the LaTeX beamer presentation is very good, and especially for the people who do have to put a lot of equations on their presentation, right? So, we will talk about that. Before that, CV in LaTeX is for everyone. They can relate with it. Okay, let's start with CV in LaTeX. So, I have discussed about comparing word processors with LaTeX output and all those things. So, I am not going to do that. Okay. So, only thing I can say just for a start, so this is the final output of LaTeX. This is a PDF created by LaTeX, right? And you can also create this using Word. I don't like Word because you have to do all the things manually, control spaces, formatting, all those things. And you can see the numbers, you can see everything. The final output is pretty good as compared to Word. But for beginners, LaTeX is traumatizing. You have to go through all the code. Oh, what is written? How do I do that? But if you are a beginner, you can just edit a particular thing. For example, you don't have to care about the coding. Whatever you are interested in, like for example, you can take a template. So, I will give you an example with the template. Okay. So, what we will do, I will go to overleaf. Okay. I will go to overleaf, I will write new project, and then I will write example project, templates. So, in the templates you can see there are many templates, journal articles, book, formal letter, assignments, posters, but not. So, I will go to CV and resumes. Okay. So, you can see there are numerous CV templates here, you can see many. So, I like this one, this particular one. This is very simple, I don't like fancy things with colors and all. So, I just use that. So, you can choose whatever you want, it is up to you, and I opened it as a template here. Okay. So, this is the same template. So, you just have to click open as template and you can click here. Okay. So, the purpose of this class is not about teaching you LaTeX from the beginning, but give you some idea like how can you learn by doing. I will just tell you how can I told you how to get a template, and now we have to learn how to tweak things. We don't have to go to learn like typical LaTeX coding, we will just do some learning by doing thing or reverse engineering thing more profoundly. And in the WhatsApp group, yesterday I shared a link. So, there was a course organized in the COVID time by NIT Jalandhar, a LaTeX workshop. So, you can go through that. If you want to learn LaTeX, you can go through all the videos step by step, and you will, or if you are interested in a particular topic, you can also search that, right. So, that is how you will learn LaTeX if you want to teach someone, right. If you do not want to teach someone, it is better you just learn it by doing, right. Okay. So, let us start. See, right side I can see a well organized document, a CV. Okay. So, I am interested in editing a particular entry, right. I will just double click here. So, when I double click here, it will show wherever it is exactly written. Okay. I want to write okay, I should choose a name of the participant, right. Okay, let us do Mandeep Kaur today. So, okay, so I am creating Mandeep Kaur CV. Okay. So, when I write Mandeep Kaur in the left, it will obviously show in the right because I am reloading it, it is a compiler thing and all those things. And now again I want to do some editing. Your location, my location is Talwara. Make sure you don't miss any brackets otherwise you will lost. If I do it manually, I missed a bracket and it will not generate. So it will complain here. You can see the error log. It is like any other programming software, right? So it is showing runaway argument. That means there is something open which is not closed properly. So brackets are very important in coding. So also you have to think about that whenever you are playing with any code, you compile it at every time so that the bugs do not pile up, right? You can sort your bugs one by one. And what is your mail ID? You can just write it here, maybe mandeep@gmail for the time being. Okay, so this is a hyperref, so I will just copy it here. I will copy it here as well. So hyperref, this is a fancy hyperref. You don't have to worry about it because this is a custom LaTeX template. So you might see a weird macros here, but you don't have to worry about anything. So whatever you want, you just have to be smart. Okay, what I can do, how can I show my information there? That's it. So this is a hyperlink. Why? Because if I put my cursor here, I click on that, it will try to mail to that person. Okay, now I can put my number. Okay, didn't allow double click because it is a hyperlink. So I can go down, I can edit my number, I can edit my website, I can edit my LinkedIn profile, I can edit my GitHub and whatnot. But if you want to do something fancy, if you want to change the formatting, then you must know LaTeX. For example, here it is in the second column. If I want to put some other things here, for example, I want to put my Facebook profile here, let us say. So how will I do that? I will do some thing. For example, this is header. I will just copy this. Okay, I will just copy. I am a smart person. I will just copy it and I will write okay, facebook.com. okay, and I will also write some facebook.com. I hope it works. It might create some formatting issues. Okay, it put it into a new line. Okay, so this is since this is a custom based template, so it will be hard to control all these things. You can also do that manually without any customization, because there are many macros, predefined user defined macros. So we have to learn each and every macro and it will be a very tiring thing. So if you want to write something custom, like, then you have to write your CV by yourself, or you have to be smart enough to do that. So I don't want to do that right now. You can do that later on. So okay, I undid my changes. So the simple idea is, whatever you want to do, you just double click it in whatever template you are interested in, you go there and you put that. Now this is something new. Section is, you already know, but this is something new. It is a new environment. Okay, and I want to create a new environment for myself. For example, this is a section and this is a one column entry. So I want to create another section. So how do I do that? I just copy this whole thing. Okay, I want to give a summary of what I do. Okay, so I will just do it here, summary. Okay, and in this one column entry I can write anything. I am a student in government college Talwara. Okay, so I did that. When I run it, okay, it created a section summary. Okay, so you can do these things, you can do similar things, and you can play with all these things. It is very useful. So there is not much I wanted to talk about LaTeX CV. I have already told you that how to run it, how to edit all the stuff. I just want to emphasize this one thing: these are custom macros. So macros are not macros but environments. These are custom environment. You can make a custom environment in the preamble. For example, if you see, it will be traumatizing to see. This is a custom environment, new environment, this, right, and these some settings. So, in order to edit the environment, you have to learn how LaTeX works, okay, and that is the least concern to me. I don't want to spend my energy in that. I have better things to do. But if you want to do, you can always spend more time in that. You can create some new custom environments, but for the timing, for a start, you can just go with the default environments like paragraphs, begin equation, begin align, all those things, sections, subsections, all those things. But if you want to do this fancy things, then you can use any format, any template from the internet, right? So this is one of the tasks. You can choose any template from Overleaf, and you have to submit your CV, maybe 1 or 2 page, not more than that. And if you want to put more effort, if you want to it to be not treat as an assignment but as a real thing like for yourself, then you can put as much effort you want in CV, right? So I created my CV in LaTeX and I liked it very much. Just for illustration purpose, I just want to show some of it. Okay, so you can create a similar thing or whatever you like. I just want to emphasize that you can do hyperlinks, okay, you can do different section, you can do fancy formatting, you can do hyperlinks, you can do whatever you want, right? The main idea is your CV should look clean enough so that it is readable, okay, and try to avoid, I mean, these are just suggestion, it is up to you if you want to have it or not. The CV should not have photo unless it is very much required. It should not have any personal details of you like date of birth or your father mother's name or anything which is very personal unless it is very much required. It should be very general, not specific about, because when you are applying for a job, there are biases, there are cultural biases, racial biases and all those things, gender biases, okay. You can anticipate from the name that whether it is a male or female, but still try to avoid some personal cues which is unrelated to your skills. So that will be very beneficial for you. And one also another thing like about suggestion is that the soft skill are something which should not be in the CV. The soft skill is some quality, unless you have done some fancy course about it. The soft skill is something you show. It should not be on the CV. This is my personal thing, but it is up to you if you want it or not, okay. Yeah, so this was about CV. Let us talk about Beamer presentation, which is more important for this particular session. Okay, so let me just demonstrate you with my LaTeX presentation. I will show some showcase then I will sell my product, which is Beamer not my product. Okay, so let us do that. I recompile this. So this is heavy and this is from a premium account, that's why I am able to load it. In the free account I cannot load it. It is of 40 pages and it has like numerous images, okay. So it takes a lot of time. So I don't have a Overleaf premium, but some of my colleague created it for me. Anyhow, so let us see the final presentation first, okay. So this is created in LaTeX, guys. Okay, so this is how it looks like. It looks very good to me, very simple. It is not fancy with all those color. You can do that. It doesn't look that fancy, but it looks sophisticated enough for a scientific presentation. Okay, so let us think what we have. We have like usual table of contents, right? We have usual table of contents, and we have these different themes in the Beamer that you can choose whether you want to use that or not. They are hyperlinked. I can go anywhere I want in my presentation through this top thing, okay, top menu. If I go step by step, this is how table of content. I have not written it like line by line, I just wrote one command, give me table of content backslash. I will show it to you. And then is you can do, what can you do basically in this? You can create a mini page, you can create two sub page within a page, okay, within a slide, and you can organize your content. You can put some figure, you can put some header, you can put some content with itemized list, right? You can put obviously the page numbers, and you can organize thing. You can use some fancy boxes, alert boxes, alert blocks we say it in LaTeX. You can do some itemized thing, right? And similarly you can also use some fancy tools, okay, you can blur whatever you are going to do in, say, in your next slide, so that you have an idea that okay, what is in my next slide, and it is a bit opaque. You can also control that, right? There are separate tools for that. And you have this alert block, again fancy pages, different sub pages, mini pages, environment. Then we have table of content, this we already discussed. Mathematics is very important in LaTeX. See, this is not an image, this is a LaTeX code itself, it rendered a matrix. So you can see the final output. I can zoom as much I want, okay, I cannot zoom beyond 500% in this particular browser, okay, so it doesn't fade. So that is another thing. Now what else? You can put very good equations. You can see the equations, they are also not images but equations itself. You can zoom in as much you want. You can put a bibliography, you can also put it, make it hyperlink, you know, you can put tables, you can see the final output of the tables, you can put some flow charts and all those things, you can put some images, you know. So these are the things which can be achieved using a Beamer presentation. And there is a limitation of Beamer presentation, that is they are not interactive, they cannot play videos. Since the final output is PDF, they cannot play video, they cannot put some fancy animation. And in scientific world we don't like animations, right? It is more like in arts or humanities work, humanities like department, where we show some sort of animations. But in when we are talking about scientific work, we are discussing some equations, we are discussing some physics, we don't like to do like fancy slide shows, fancy animations. We scientists do not appreciate it. Okay, so we are more interested into whatever I want to show, like equations, it should be very good, okay. So this is one thing. Now the corresponding LaTeX code is on the left side, okay, you don't have to worry about anything. So we just have to learn how things works, right? So I'm not gonna go like line by line teaching you what is the thing, maybe some of the things like how obviously if you are using Beamer, if you are using obviously presentation, you have to use a different class of LaTeX which is Beamer. You can see it is a Beamer, and this is a font size, and this is a aspect ratio you wanted for your document, this right side. So this is the class we are using. Again the packages are same, it is not different from the packages we discussed in the normal LaTeX class, article class. And the next thing which is very different is the themes. So the themes are like there are maybe 20 default themes of LaTeX. You can choose, you can use different of them, like Frankfurt is one of the theme, and color theme I made it, I custom made it. Yeah, so you can also make a custom theme. Delhi was not the theme, I didn't like that, I want an Indian name for that, so I made a custom theme, Delhi, right? So I made a custom theme. So you can play with that when you know more about LaTeX. For the time being, okay, so I was here Frankfurt, and I think there is another, I do not exactly remember, Germany. Let's try Germany, I'm not sure, I forgot. So basically it gives you the layout, there is no Germany, okay. Frankfurt again. So these are by default. Beamer thing, show my theme. Okay, so you can use any of them. Copenhagen, Darmstadt. Okay, default, Dresden, Göttingen, Hanover, whatever you like, right? I am using Frankfurt. So this is the Frankfurt team I using. So you can see, you can use Warsaw. Okay, so you can play with this, and whatever you are comfortable with, you can use that. So it will give you a different look to your presentation. You can also customize it. You can also customize your theme, but that is a bit advanced thing. So we don't have much time to do that, and there is no need. Right, so this is Warsaw. Okay, so it is different now. I don't like Warsaw, so let's go back to Frankfurt. So every theme has a corresponding color combination associated with it. You can check on that. These are normal, like title, institute, vspace, whatever macros you are working with, and this is something here. So these are the setting what you want to show here in your table of content. Okay, do you want to show navigation symbol at the bottom? Yes or no, it depends upon you. Do you want to show this thing here, which is like highlighting a particular section? Then this thing is the thing which we can comment and uncomment, right? I'm not gonna do that. So you guys can, I will share you some template, and you guys can play with, unmute, comment it out, and see what is happening on the right side, uncomment it and see, because it will be a tedious work if I am going through all of that. Okay, so you just have to, whatever slides you are interested in, go to that particular slide, double click it. Okay, it will go to that slide, and then try to relate the information from left and right. Okay, how this is managing. So why there are two different pages within a slide, how it is happening? It is happening because the mini page. Okay, this is a mini page environment which is making it happen. And what about this blue thing, and then this box, this whole box, this is called block. Okay, so these are the things you are gonna learn when you are playing with it. So you can put, and the equation thing, it is very simple. Equation thing is simple. You can put equation wherever you want. For example, if you want to put it in the block, you can just put it. Okay, as an equation. So these are the thing. So this is the example. This is my personal slide. I will not be able to share it, but again, you have to go here, new project. Okay, you have to choose presentations, and when you go there, you can choose any presentation you want, right? You can choose the minimal one, which is very simple for you. Okay, I chose one of the presentation here, which is this one, right? And you can try editing it. You can try put your name, introduction. You can try editing, or you delete whatever you do not want, and put your information and start working on your final presentation from this day. This is a Beamer presentation. You put your information, maybe couple of slide about introduction, how you are gonna put your information there, maybe basics about what you are going to present, and try to put everything. Okay, so this is a presentation, and you can always use AI help for presentation. I don't mind about AI help in LaTeX, but I do mind it in programming. Okay, so far so good. I will share a minimal example with you of Beamer, where you have all the things which you need, like for example figure, mini page, all those things. I will make you prepared, and I will put the comments like on the top of the macros, top of the what do you call it, environment, so that you can relate left side and right side. And again, I will emphasize, if you want to learn LaTeX extensively, then just go to that link and spend like 6 hours and complete that full course, but it will be very beneficial for you at the end. Okay, that was about LaTeX presentation, and let me just turn off the screen recording.